Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we are discussing 90-day reporting here in Thailand. And why are we bringing this up? Well, I've discussed this a lot in other videos. I am noticing as we're seeing more folks coming into Thailand, we're seeing more folks here in the office, we're getting more calls, we're talking to more folks. And there seems to be a lot of misnomers about 90-day reporting, most notably in the context of retirement visas. But I thought I'd go ahead and make this as a more general video because I think it has a broader scope for folks that are interested in this. So, long story short on 90-day reporting. The misnomer out there seems to be that, especially with retirees, that they have to renew their visa every 90 days. That's not the case. If you're in Thailand, for example, on an OA retirement visa, you're stamped in for a year. Yes, you have to report your address every 90 days if you're in Thailand for 90 days at a stretch. At the same time, similarly, on an O retirement visa, you need to report every 90 days if you remain in Thailand for 90 days or more. You got to report your address to Thai immigration. My opinion, kind of an antiquated rule. I don't really see why we still have it. I don't think it's overly necessary, but it's still there, so let's move on from that. The long story short, and the reason for the video, I think the misnomer or the misunderstanding comes up in the context of, you'll see a lot of folks talking about education visas out there. And education visas, by and large, although this isn't across the board, it depends on the educational establishment that one is using as a platform for their education visa. But for example, like long-term graduate students here in Thailand, it's been my experience, they oftentimes will have like an ED visa that just lasts for a year. But meanwhile, folks that are at like a language school, which you need to be careful with that. We've done the videos in the past. During Big Joke's tenure, when the crackdowns came down, ED visas were the first ones to get sort of sucked up in the crackdown, in the sort of dragnet, if you will. So the long story short with regard to this is ED visas, yes, require a renewal every 90 days, but most standard non-immigrant visas are issued with a one-year validity, but you still have to do a 90-day report if you don't leave Thailand within 90 days. This is the same thing with standard business visas. Again, O marriage visas, O retirement visas, OA retirement visas, they're all basically the same. If you're here for 90 days or more, you need to check in at an immigration office. Which brings me to the next issue, which is a lot of folks have misconceptions about, oh, what if if I leave Thailand, how do I report my 90 days? If you're out of Thailand, if you stay for 75 days or even 89 days and leave, you have no requirement to report. The requirement is if you stay 90 days, you need to report your address. That's the requirement. So I hope that this provides some clarification for folks out there, especially new folks out there, about 90-day reporting.